Naomi Osaka is in Elena Rybakina's quarter of the Toronto draw. So is Mirra Andreeva, who won Roland Garros in June at 19 years old. Aryna Sabalenka, the world number 1, is in the other half of the tournament entirely, and her quarter is the quietest section on the sheet. It all fits on one page, 4 blocks of names printed the same afternoon by the same machine under the same rules. This is the story of why the bottom half of this draw reads like a late round and the top half reads like a warm-up. It is not bad luck. It is not a fix. It is the seeding system doing precisely the job it was built to do, and that job is far narrower than almost anyone watching believes. Before we walk the sections, there is one thing about a 1,000-level draw that most people have backwards, and once you see it, you will never read a bracket the same way again. On a cutoff date about a week before the tournament, the tour freezes a ranking list. That frozen list decides who is seeded and in what order. The seeds then go to fixed coordinates on the bracket, positions that never move. Top seed at the top, second seed at the bottom, the next 2 drawn into the remaining quarter anchors, and on down. Everybody else, every unseeded player, every qualifier, every wild card is drawn at random into whatever slots are left. The consequence is the whole video. The system guarantees a seed's first match is not against another seed. It guarantees nothing about who a seed can meet. 2 different promises and only one is being made. Now add the shape of this event. Toronto is a 96-player draw with 32 seeds, and all 32 receive a first-round bye. The seeds enter in the second round cold against somebody who has already played and won on these courts. The dangerous unseeded players are not spread evenly across the fortnight. They are funneled into rounds 2 and 3, which is exactly where this tournament is detonating now. Then the sharpest piece, a frozen ranking list cannot see form. It sees 52 weeks of points added up and is blind to the last of them by design. Alexandra Eala is seated 25th here off a ranking of 28th, lifted 3 places by withdrawals. That seeding was set before she went to Washington and won the whole thing, beating the defending champion Leylah Fernandez, the Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen, the second seed Elena Svitolina, the third seed Naomi Osaka by 6-4, 6-2, and the top seed Jessica Pegula in the final by 4-6, 6-4, 6-love. She lost the opening set of that final and won the last 9 games. She is the first Filipina in history to win a WTA title. The list that seeded her knows none of it. It could not. The match finished on the Monday. Maya Chwelinska is seated 18th. In June, she became the first qualifier ever to reach the Roland Garros final from a ranking of 114, winning 9 matches in a row to get there before Andreeva beat her. 18th is what an average season says she is worth and not what a player in that form is. So walk the 4 quarters. The first quarter is Sabalenka's. Underneath her, Amanda Anisimova at 8, Elena Svitolina at 9, Ekaterina Alexandrova at 16, Chwelinska at 18, Anastasia Potapova at 24, Jelena Ostapenko at 26, Clara Tauson at 27. Good players, not one of them holds a major singles title except Ostapenko, and Ostapenko has already retired mid-match. The second quarter is Jessica Pegula's with Iga Swiatek at 7, Marta Kostyuk at 10, Diana Schneider at 15, Madison Keys at 19. That is the top half's real weight, and it sits in Sabalenka's half but not in her quarter. Now the bottom. The third quarter is Coco Gauff's, and it also holds Linda Noskova at 6, the reigning Wimbledon champion, Belinda Bencic at 12, Iva Jovic at 13, Emma Navarro at 23, Eala at 25, Maria Sakkari at 29. The fourth quarter is Rybakina's, and it holds Andreeva at 5, the reigning Roland Garros champion Osaka at 11, a 4-time major champion Sorana Cirstea at 14, Elise Mertens at 20, Barbora Krejcikova at 22, Leylah Fernandez at 30. All 3 of this year's reigning Slam champions are in the bottom half. Sabalenka is not. That is the argument, and here is the arithmetic that makes it damning. Add the seed numbers in each quarter, first 129, second 134, third 133, fourth 132. 4 quarters, 8 seeds each, a spread of 5 points out of 528. On the only measure the seeding system can see, this draw is very nearly perfect. It balanced the numbers and could not balance the tennis because the numbers and the tennis had stopped agreeing weeks earlier. Look at what the bottom half has already done to itself. Caty McNally, unseeded, took out Noskova by 7-6, 6-1. Taylor Townsend in the draw only because others withdrew beat the 21st seed Marie Buskova. Alina Korneva beat Navarro 6-2, 6-2. Maya Joint beat Cirstea 6-4, 6-4. Liudmila Samsonova beat Krejcikova, a two-time major champion, 6-1, 7-5. 5 seeds one day, one half of the draw. And here is where Rybakina's position turns from unlucky into strange. Her own 8th was already mild, and 2 of the 3 seeds drawn to test her, Cirstea and Krejcikova, are gone. The 3rd is her 3rd round, the 28th seed Ann Lee. If she wins that, her round of 16 is Samsonova or Joint, both unseeded. She may reach the quarterfinals having faced just 1 seed. Then the door opens. Waiting in the next 8th are Andreeva against Fernandez and Osaka against Mertens, 4 seeds still standing, and the survivor arrives in that quarterfinal having beaten seed after seed after seed. Whoever comes out of that side will have earned every meter. Whoever comes out of Sabalenka's quarter will not. Osaka said something before this tournament that reads differently now. I haven't historically played super well here, so I'm just hoping to change that this year. She is 1 round from Andreeva or Fernandez and 2 from Rybakina. Eala, after grinding past Alicia Parks in 3 sets, was unromantic about it. I think I had to take it point by point. Of course, I think she played really well in the second, and there were definitely things I could have done a little better. Let me be straight, because the version of this story going around overstates one thing. Sabalenka's half is not empty. Swiatek and Pegula are in it, and Pegula won the last Toronto edition in 2024. What is true, and it is enough, is that her quarter is the softest of the 4, and that the 3 players holding this year's Australian, Roland Garros, and Wimbledon trophies are all stacked on the far side of the sheet from her. The other caveat, everything past the round of 16 is projection, and projection is where confident people go to be wrong. Noskova was projected into a quarterfinal against Gauff. Noskova lost in round 2. But ranking points do not care how you got them, and neither does US Open seeding. If Rybakina walks out of that quarter, she will have gone through the reigning French Open champion or a 4-time major winner, and she will have earned the title before the final starts. If Sabalenka lifts it, nobody will put an asterisk on the trophy, and nobody should. A seed is a statement about the past. A draw is a question about the present. Toronto is what happens in the gap between them.